Edition of what the fuck. It's always a strange week, you know. There's always something, you know. Okay, on my end of the crazy stuff, yeah, there was the whole big abortion mess with 8RF, and you know, we're talking to each other again. It's, you know, we're past it. Still have some disagreements, but you know, not as bad as before. So we'll sort of put that behind us, kind of thing. The other one is Darwin's hamster. He hasn't made videos for quite a while, hasn't put any up anyway, and you know, the last one he made a month ago or whenever, you know, he was talking about how he was sort of leaning towards appreciating some of these conspiracy theories regarding 9/11 and whatnot, and that was sort of irritating. And you know, and then he made a video about the Second Amendment, and basically argued that the preface part of the statement, you know, about the need for a well-regulated militia, all that part should just be thrown out, and the only thing we should pay attention to is the right to bear arms should be uninfringed, and that's it. You know, don't pay any attention to the prefacing statement. That was just, they were just basically saying something like, pretty gardens are nice, and then the right to bear arms shouldn't be infringed. They were just saying something completely meaningless, had nothing to do with the second part. You know, well, anyway, it just pissed me off. As I've said in the past, I've never really been a huge gun control nut, because I don't see guns as necessarily the issue. The issue is people's dependence on violence as a solution. But I mean, these people, you know, I mean, it's getting a little nutty, because they keep talking like guns have something to do with freedom, and all they have to do with is killing. That's it. They don't have anything to do with freedom. But anyway, no point in getting on that subject. Right, so on to business. No Tommy from the Bronx this week, you know, because of the holiday and whatnot. But Tommy did make a couple of videos on the big subject, which is the e-begging. And, you know, his videos were just as, you know, you can't get any dumber. I mean, I don't mean anything personal, Tommy. I mean, it was a stupid argument you made. You basically promoted and suggested that other people should donate money, and then argued why you were only donating because you owed him anyway. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. Either you want to give him the money, or you don't. Either you'd give it to him even if he didn't do you a favor, or you wouldn't. I mean, there's no point in suggesting other people should give anybody money if you're going to make the argument that the only reason why you did it is because you owed him. It's stupid. It's crazy. So anyway, let's get to the worst of the offenders, which is Cody. I put him on the worst list just because, yeah, he's got a kid, newborn, and you know, he hasn't got his act quite together anyway, and I don't know, you know, yeah, maybe he needs a new camera, maybe he needs a new camera to make money, but, you know, maybe he needs to get a job for a couple of years and make some money in the real world, and put the art stuff off until he can make a living at it. But that's, you know, whatever, he can live however he wants, that's his decision. The part that really pissed me off was he took his old camera, which was only 6 years old, not fully functional, okay? Not dead, but not fully functional, okay? Didn't load tape right, blah, blah, blah. So it still could be probably used as a webcam, still could be used, the editing features, whatnot, probably still worked. Still had use in it, and might even have been fixable. I mean, I used to fix those kind of cameras. But anyway, the point is, he just smashed it. He threw it on the ground and smashed it. Now, I'm sure we'd go to eBay, and whatever model camera his was, 6-year-old camera, we could look it up on eBay, and I bet I could buy a dead camera. I'd have to pay 15 bucks for one. And I might, you know, for one that still half works, I might have to pay 50 bucks for one. So he basically just sat there while he was begging for money, talking about his e-begging. He basically just sat there and burned a $50 bill while he talked about his need for money. So it's pretty damn stupid. And yet, he's young, and he's arrogant, but he's an asshole. So, end of that story. I mean, you know, he really should acquire a little bit of discipline. You know, really, smashing things just isn't the fucking answer, Cody. No, not the answer. Whatever. So yeah, put me on the cunt list or whatever. You know, he kind of ragged, I guess, apparently on Mel's basket case, who I really don't have much use for either. But anyway, you know, no point in ragging on her because you put your private life on YouTube and then somebody might criticize a decision or two of yours. Yeah, that's going to happen. So yeah, you might think you have a right to call him a cunt for that, but I don't know. Seems a little excessive. You know. All right. Well, the Amazing Atheist. He's, you know, yeah, he did the e-begging thing so he can go on a trip, you know, and just make a mess. And so whatever. I don't know how much he's, you know, I don't know how much money people are giving him for that nonsense. But anyway, so the big issue is going to be this big showdown with, you know, Jesus Freak and whatever the other guy, nerdy other religious guy is, and whatever the other guy. And yeah, who cares? This isn't going to mean anything. It's not going to do anything. It's going to be just some, you know, it's just going to be fart humor. It's not going to. They're not going to resolve the major pressing issue of, you know, humanity's struggle to find the truth, or the great divide between, you know, people dependent on, you know, archaic dogma and people trying to find the answers through rational, logical interpretation of scientific facts. No, he's not going to solve any of that shit. He's not going to accomplish anything. Just stupid. But anyway, it's all good show, right? So Captain Awesome, he did make it to Dill's place for a non-Thanksgiving. And they did a really pitiful video together where he basically talked about how she could get more subs if she, you know, like him, did some naked videos and such. Just really pointless. It's just funny how he doesn't seem to have any personality unless he contrives one. Friendly geek, who the fuck knows what what planet that guy's on. You know, he did one video. You know, well, all his videos don't make sense. You know, it's no point in watching them anymore, really. You know, but he has one where he calls a girl he's supposed to be dating and lies to her that he's married, and you're saying, what the fuck is that? I mean, that shows you to have good character, that you would lie to some silly little 15-year-old, or I don't know how old she is, some little innocent Japanese girl that you're fucking, well, that gives you blowjobs or whatever the story is. And had you entertain yourself by telling her basically horrific lies that she's, you know, given herself to a man who's already taken, and that's funny? I don't know. It seems like a really bad joke. Left on the list, I don't know. I don't see anybody else left on this list. Not a single one. But it is curious. Well, let's go back to the Strange Home thing. It is curious. So you got Cody, the Amazing Atheist, Captain Awesome, Strange Home, have all done the e-begging thing. I mean, Strange Homes was really the most preposterous, but she did it first, and so no one pointed it out. But I mean, yeah, I mean, really. I mean, she got money to go save a pit bull in New York. I mean, she flies halfway around the world to go save a pit bull. I mean, that's really hard to understand. But whatever. I mean, everybody's got their personal stuff. I don't say there should be anything, you know, whatever. You know, this is how they function. This is how they function. But I mean, it's funny that it is all this group of scumbags that are doing the e-begging. But I guess part of it is they have the subscriber base to make it possible. I guess everybody who gets, you know, I mean, you know, Ian Crossland attempted a little bit different. I mean, he was trying to get some money, but do it in a different way. He didn't overtly beg. He just, you know, tried to sell crap. Oh yeah, and the important one. How much time do I got? Oh, running out of time, bad. So I'll have to speed it up. But Ocean Avani is, you know, she's got some medical issues, blah blah blah, and seems like a legitimate purpose. But then you're saying it's only $1,000. You think Fake Sagan could handle that? You really don't know what else these people are doing in their lifestyle. You don't know if, you know. I mean, who would give me $1,000? Because you know, even though I'm dirt poor, I waste $3 grand on cigarette taxes. So, you know, a person should say first, well, why don't you quit smoking, asshole? I mean, that would be reasonable. And, you know, so who knows what exactly, I mean, everybody, I guess, can, you know, tell a sad story. I mean, you know, we all have them. That's the sad part. But we really, you know, life is hard. And, even these people I hate, you know, there's bad stuff happen to them. They have to live through a lot of shit, and that's unfortunate. And so it's not unreasonable to be empathetic. You know, I almost feel like giving some money to her, and she called me a stalker. So I don't know. Maybe if I win the contest next month, you know, for the new camera, I'll send her 25 bucks. So anyway, yeah, no real drama, just silly stuff.